shine.
So what's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know who it is, but if you don't know, it's your boy TWarrior coming at you again with another video about my story and my life. But before we get into this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to all the subscribers out there. If you're new to this channel as well and this is the first time you're watching this video, I do appreciate it so much. If you could stick to the end of this video, and at the end if you could give this video a massive thumbs up for me and even share it, because sharing is caring. But much love to you guys for checking out this video. I do appreciate it a lot. But I just wanted to give you a more refresh and reboot of my story and my journey, how I found bodybuilding, what happened to me in the past, and you know why I created YouTube. I did this video before in my amateur days, not saying that I'm a professional now. I'm not a professional still, but you know, I've improved over the years and over the time with my editing and other things. But the main thing I just wanted to do is just kind of give you more in-depth detail of, you know, who I am, so you guys can just really understand and get to know me a lot better. Because, you know, just as much as I want to know you guys, it's important for you guys, the watchers, to know who I am and a bit about my story. Some of you might find my story boring, bullshit. Some of you may find it inspiration or motivation, and whatever way you know come across this video, however it works for you, I don't really care. You know, I just wanted to show some of my subscribers out there who do care a bit more in depth of my story and who I am. So I'm going to take you back to 2011, where I hit the darkest stage of my life. You know, at the time everything seemed to be going fine. I was heavily into my football. I used to play Sunday League football, and then I joined my local gym that I still train at now, Oakley Fitness. And you know, I was really heavily into my cardiovascular fitness and just keeping overall, you know, healthy with my stamina and endurance and everything. You know, due to playing Sunday League football, I needed to keep fit. But it got to a point where it came controlling and it came obsessive, where I was now, you know, counting every single calories that I was burning, counting every calories that I was consuming through my diet and everything else. And it came to a point where I was in such of a bad deficit that I was losing weight dramatically, to the point where I then was admitted to hospital with anorexia. Yes, it may seem hard to believe it, as I suffered anorexia, but this is true. This is something that I went through. This is something that I could say I was embarrassed to go through, as majority of those who suffer with anorexia are females. But there are a small portion of males out there who do suffer with anorexia, but the majority of people are more female. So at the time it was embarrassing, but if anything, it was hard work to deal with. It was a massive shock to my life. And in October 2011, I was admitted to hospital with anorexia, because I was just so malnourished. I just had no nutrition in me. Everything became a struggle. Every day-to-day basic tasks just became a mission for me. It was a massive struggle just to wake up in the morning, to walk up and down the stairs, to do my day-to-day routine at work. It all became a massive struggle, and it came to a point where my girlfriend at the time and my parents noticed this, and they said, "You need help, we need something to do now." So at the time I was admitted into hospital in October 2011, and I was about 20 years old. Once I was in hospital, you know, things became worse. I didn't want to eat even more, because I've had all the pressure of all the doctors and nurses on me, on my case, making sure I ate. I had my parents, my girlfriend, and friends and family all just trying to pressure me to eat some food, and this became more of a struggle. So I got to my worst stage when I was in hospital at 5 stone 11. That was my worst stage I've ever got to, and at 20 years old, 5'7" at the time, this was a seriously critical, you know, weight that I was at for my age and my height and etc. So I was, you know, I'm put on machines to keep me you know, nourished, to keep me hydrated. Everything was shutting down. I was fainting from week to week, to a point where I was fainting daily, because, you know, I had nothing, next to nothing in me. Everything was shutting down. My whole body was just coming down to a crash, to the point where it was just going to completely shut down and stop working. So in other words, I was on my way to, you know, being dead. So a few months into the, you know, rehab or whatever you want to call it, I then started to notice, you know, things weren't going right, and I needed to make a difference. And, you know, as a 20-year-old, I shouldn't have been here. This isn't the place that I needed to be. I needed to be out living my life. You know, I still had many years ahead of me. I still had goals that I wanted to achieve. I had things and expectations, you know, in front of me. So being in hospital suffering with anorexia, you know, nearly on my deathbed, wasn't the place where I needed to be, or wasn't the place where I wanted to be. So this is when I decided I need to take my own step. You know, I need to make my own decision to get out of this struggle in my life and move forward and do something with it. With the help of my family and some of my closest friends, I managed to find the confidence to actually leave hospital. The main reason why I left hospital, this was my 20th birthday. I was in hospital, I was practically dying. I was 5 stone 11 at the time, and I was still dropping weight. I was fainting daily. This wasn't the life that I should be living at 20 years old. So on my 20th birthday, I said I need to make the decision to leave hospital and change my life. So the very next day I made that goal. I wrote down on paper what my goals are, what I was going to do, what I was going to achieve, what my next steps were. And that's when the bodybuilding side came from my dad. My dad was my biggest inspiration and icon, and you could say my best friend, because back in his day when he was my age, he was heavily into bodybuilding himself. So with the help of my dad, with all the knowledge that he knew, me and him, we got to work. We started writing notes down, we started writing goals down. We had everything prepared for what we had in line for the future. My goals to get onto stage, where I want to go in my career of bodybuilding, and that was it. This was final. Once I found, you know, my goals and what my dreams were, they were cemented in, you know, they were written in stone, and that was it. I was so fixated on those goals and that dream that there was no turning back. There was no trying to change my mind or my opinions or anything like that. I was so glued onto my task, and from that day on, we were there. We were working on our goals. We were straight into the gym the next day. Some people said this was ridiculous, from coming out of hospital and going straight into the gym, but with the guidance of my dad and some other people that I knew that was really into their bodybuilding and other things, they were helping me along the way, getting my nutrition right, getting my plans and workout routines all sorted out for me. And obviously at the time it was still a struggle to consume the foods that I needed to grow and just to get bigger and put on some lean muscle. I was still battling day-to-day basis of anorexia. So, you know, having to go from eating, you know, to a point where I was eating an apple a week to eating 5 to 6 meals a day was the massive struggle that I ever had to overcome in my, you know, my life. But eventually, with the help of everyone around me, I was getting better and better each day. You know, I would maybe progress from 1 meal a day to 2 meals and so on and so on. And eventually what happened was, one day I was sitting indoors and I was thinking, now how can I, you know, tell the world my story? How can I help other people to not go down the path that I went through? Because that was my other goal. Apart from hitting the stage and, you know, getting as big as I could and, you know, being the best bodybuilder in my eyes, I wanted to help other people. I wanted to help people like yourself. And I thought, how can I get this across? You know, how can I, what way is this possible? That's when I found YouTube. I looked into YouTube and I was watching many people's videos, vlogs, and one particular person that I came across that you guys may know, as he is a megastar in the YouTube industry, and that was Furious Pete. The reason why Furious Pete changed my life forever was because he was also a sufferer of anorexia, just like myself. And it was just like, wow, this was mind-blowing. There was somebody else out there who's been through the same thing as I have, but now he's changed his life and he's able to enjoy life and change other people's life. And now this is what I wanted to do. Again, like, I wanted to follow in his footsteps, but make my own path in the same way. So have my own twist to it. And from that day, with the help of my dad, with all the knowledge he knew and the inspiration from Furious Pete and all his videos, that's how I got across YouTube, and that's how I got into YouTube, and that was my way of spreading the word on my story, on how I went from suffering with anorexia, being 5 stone 11, to where I am now, and showing people the progress along the way, and showing you how it's possibly, how it can possibly be done, if that makes sense. And you know, from there, just every day I took every day as it came. I was just growing every single day. I was learning every single day, and I was getting videos out to you guys, trying to help you with tips, motivation, workouts, all my knowledge. I had my heads in the books. Everything seemed to be going on the right track, you know, from my dark days in 2011, this was around about 2013, 2014, I realised I'm on the right path. I found, you know, who I'm meant to be and what I'm meant to be doing on life, in life, shall I say. And then, unfortunately, in 2015, this is where I hit another brick wall, and I hit, you know, almost a repeat of 2011. And my biggest inspiration, my best friend and my icon in the world, my father, passed away in April of 2015. This was, you know, like I said, the brick wall. I hit a massive brick wall, and I just felt like a massive flashback of 2011. Everything was just lost. I just felt like I couldn't carry on. Everything I dreamt of, all my goals that I wanted to achieve or that we wanted to achieve, just vanished. It just felt like the world came crashing down on top of me, and I just felt like giving up. But then I realised, in life, you can't give up, because life just carries on. Obstacles come in your way, but what you have to do is you have to learn and teach yourself how to come over those obstacles, or work around those, or work with those obstacles that come in your life. And this was another obstacle in my life, and I've already had the privilege to experience this sort of feeling in life. You know, it sounds horrible, but it was a good experience to understand with the anorexia, how to go through depression and being in the lowest point of my life, to then using this as well to help me get through it. So once I found out the news of my father in 2015, the very next day I knew that I had to carry on with my dreams, and carry on with our goals, and carry on his legacy within me. So we got straight back into the gym. There was no excuses. There was no turning back and going back to my old days in 2011. Some people say this is ridiculous. Some people say you're pathetic and all this. I'm not bothered. I knew that I had goals. I knew I had dreams, and in life, things happen. You have to just move on and get on with it, and carry on with whatever it is you're trying to achieve in life. So we carried on, and I'm so glad that I did carry on, because I'm now where I am here. You know, here I am talking to you guys. My YouTube's still growing, and I'm feeling as happy as I could ever feel in life. I feel so positive, and I feel like there's a positive outcome that everything that's happened in my life. You know, I don't know if any of this is making sense to you guys. You know, I'm trying to keep my cool and, you know, try and explain this as much as I can for you guys. So that was pretty much it of my life story. You know, of the struggles and the down times that I've had in my life, of suffering with anorexia, and then finding bodybuilding to help me, finding my goals, and then coming across another obstacle in my life, which was losing my father. But knowing that I have to carry on, and there's no ifs or buts, there's no excuses. You know, I could have just, you know, stopped everything and mourned every day of my father and, you know, losing my best friend, but it would have got me nowhere. It won't get me nowhere, and I know that he wouldn't want that. I know what he wants in life, and I know what I want in life. So this video, I just want to, you know, like I said, give you an insight of my story. It may seem as boring as hell for you guys. Like I said, some of you might find this motivational, some of you might find this inspiring, some of you might just find this boring as hell and bullshit. But again, like I said, I just wanted to share a bit of my life and a bit of me with you guys, so you can understand who I am, what I've been through, and how I've got over it, and why I'm now here where I am, trying to help other people like myself, or with any other issues in their life, and how you can get past them. You know, you have to just understand obstacles come in your life. You have to just find a way around them. You have to find a way to carry on with these struggles in your life and adapt with it. Try and just ignore it, just put it behind you and carry on what you're doing. So it can be done. Alright, so my goals now are, I was meant to compete this year, but due to the anniversary of my dad's death, funeral, and his birthday, it just was all too much. I had other things on my mind. I had you know, work opportunities come up. I've had a lot of things trying to focus in on my YouTube, my future career. So all this on top of each other was a massive sign to say you're not ready to compete yet. So I'm glad I took the opportunity to come away from the competition and, you know, put all my focus back into my career, my YouTube channel, and also my future with work and other things. Next year will be the year I'm looking to compete. In 2017 I will be looking to compete. So the idea of this year is just to try and work on weak areas of my body, focus on growing as much as I can, and then aim for next year, you know, to show the world that it's possible. You know, you can go from one extreme to another. So this is my overall goal, and my future plans is just to help grow this YouTube channel by sharing all my knowledge, everything's about nutrition, workouts, and everything else for you guys to help you out. I don't expect to be the next best YouTuber. I don't want to be the next Phil Heath, Kai Green, Callum Von Moga, or anyone like that. I just want to be the best me. You know, I just want to be who I am, be real, and be real for you guys. I know a lot of you say, oh, your subscribers are so low, how comes you ain't got any more subscribers? Because my aim isn't about just getting subscribers and just getting millions of likes and that, you know. My aim is just actually getting my knowledge across to you guys and actually help people who needs that help or advice. So subscribers will come. Subscribers are not on my, you know, priority list. It's just helping other people like you who are also struggling in life, you know, just to get past whatever it is that you are struggling with. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling on with this video, and like I said, it is going to be a boring video, but if you are still watching this right now, thank you for staying till this part of the video. You know, I don't know what to say, but I just want to say a massive thank you, and also to just say anything is possible in life, okay? Seriously, anything is possible. Just get out there and, like I say, you know, make it happen. Do whatever it is you got to do to make it happen. But anyway, that's a bit of an insight on my story. I'm sorry if I did ramble on. I'm sorry it's a bit of a serious video. You can't really joke around with this video on this subject as well. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please go over there now and subscribe. The links are down below. You know what to do. Make sure to follow me out as well on my Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat and Twitter. You know, all the links are down below. Follow me on there, check me out, and until the next time, guys, make sure you stay safe. Make it happen.